It's nice though, man. I've never been in one. I like that screen.
Yeah, it's one of the nice little touches that they put on there. Alright, so turn this off real quick. And now we've let FSD take over.
Okay. That's wild.
Yeah, all day. Like, I've been doing Uber since about 10 a.m. That's why I say I can't really complain, because I'm not driving. And this guy right here, I can't believe he did that. But hey, our car did not hit him. I guess that's a positive.
Alright. I think this is be driving a little reckless. I get, you know, it's kind of crazy, but
No, I don't know. I don't know if I probably would have stopped, but that guy was trying to time my vehicle, it seemed like. And if I'd have stopped, it might have caused an accident with that car.
I see.
Yeah, like it's kind of judging the trajectory. That's what the screen is, not just, you know, there for show. It's anticipating the movements of all moving vehicles, people, cyclists, everything.
Oh wow.
But you're not wrong there. I thought that was a little, like, I don't think my car's ever been that brazen to do something of that nature, where a guy was like really, really close to the car and it didn't hurt. I thought it was going to harshly brake and potentially cause an accident in a different way, but it was smooth.
Yeah, gotta get rid of the Tesla, man.
That was kind of cool. I can't wait. The camera set up here. I'm monetized on YouTube, so I film all my rides. I really just want the initial reactions of customers that are experiencing FSD for the first time, or even been inside a Tesla for the first time. I blur all of my passengers' faces out, so don't worry about that. And I'm just here for the conversation / educational process of showing people that I don't drive anymore.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I like your setup, honestly. Like, what you're doing is honestly cool.
That's I mean, this thing is the star of the show. Like, one, it's an awesome car. Like, when people get in there, like, oh man, this is nice. And yeah, that's nice. That's like a part of it. But like you said about the screen and all these other little different features that the car has, this one right here is the one that's going to change the game for me as I get older, right? You're still a young guy. You know what I mean? You still got a lot of good hand-eye coordination years left. Me, I'm limited. My mom, even more so. So I think about the car being able to drive in a way that's, quite frankly, better than me. It'll keep my mobility and increase hers as she becomes like 70 or so.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me, and I don't know if people truly understand how close this thing is. From me being in the back seat, or, you know, giving it a command on my phone to come pick you up instead of me having to be here.
Oh yeah, I like those like the taxi Teslas in a way. I think that's what it was. Like, you know, they'll show up and they'll take you where you need to go and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So they have Robotaxis, is what Tesla calls them, Robotaxi.
Oh, okay.
And but there's another company called Waymo. You know, I think Google runs that alphabet. So Waymo has these like spinning tops and lidars and radars going everywhere, and they do a good job. Like, I had a guy that was coming to the Marriott here at the airport. He talked about, you know, he had used one in San Francisco, and him and his buddy were drunk, and I was like, that's the best use case for it, is you can get into a cab, not be taken advantage of by a driver. Especially think about the female aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
They get assaulted by Uber drivers and Lyft drivers more than we'd like to think about.
Right.
So So if you ordered a car that doesn't have a person in here, you can actually be yourself while the car drives better than I would, period. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't get drunk. It doesn't get, distracted, phones and things of that nature. That's going to be the wave. So.
Yeah, I believe it. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah, like, I was just showing what was it, Saturday? I had like a family event, and I had those Meta glasses. I don't have them on right now, but I had those Ray-Bans, and I was showing them, and they're just like, what the heck? They're just like,
it's the future.
Yeah,
it's the future.
And like, what you call it? I do record videos because I work on ships. So I don't try to record anything I'm not supposed to record, but for the most part, like, it's just all fun, And I don't like I said, I know that some companies don't like their stuff being, just in case I capture something wrong and all that. So I do try to, be thoughtful with that, respectful. So again, this little small stuff, and I was showing them, like, I guess a POV, and they're just like, what the heck? Like, what's this? I'm all like, oh, they have cameras and all that now. And I go, as an assistant, like, I can ask you for something. And then, they're just like, what? Like, and then I was talking about the display. Like, I don't know if you've seen the display ones.
I have.
Yeah, I was talking about the screen and all that, and they're just blown away. And and it's kind of funny because these are like, some of my cousins are maybe like 3 years older than me.
Right.
So, and like the fact that they're mind blown, just like, dude, like, you're still young, like,
you should know about this.
Yeah, or at least be aware, like, like, this is what's going on.
This is happening. I'm waiting because I got my contacts in right now, and I guess I could always wear my contacts, but I'd love it to be prescription, like, but I don't know if that's even possible. Is that even possible?
Yeah, it actually is.
Really?
Yeah, but you have to, like, so you have to buy them, and then I think you have to go to, like, anywhere that, I guess, has Ray-Ban glasses, like that, and do the procedure. Like, that's my understanding.
Yeah. I probably just wear my it seems like it might be a little more, the juice might not be worth the squeeze to get them outfitted for, my prescription's terrible, absolutely god awful. So contacts, I just might wear my contacts a lot more. Yeah,
because I'm the frame itself, I'm not too sure, like, how it will really work per se, as far as does that have to be like, it can't go beyond a certain, like, thickness,
exactly. What I mean? Heavy and all this other stuff. Be probably not designed in that particular way for those specifications. Yeah, I just wear contacts. It's on my mind, like, man, why do I care about what prescription it is? I just wear my contacts.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because I was talking to my nephew about it. Like, he's like 14, so I try to keep him with it. You know what I mean? Like, as far as, hey man, you're young, you should know about this. Like, you
got the internet at your fingers, bro.
Yeah, like, they don't realize how fortunate they are. Like, because like, I was born in the 90s, so of course,
Oh my goodness, you were born in the 90s?
Yeah.
You look so much younger than that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So, I do remember a time before technology was all crazy like that, for us to evolve into the next era with that. So, like, they don't know that. They just think, like, he thinks Netflix has always been there and all that. YouTube
he has an experienced Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I walked into a shop and they were asking me what I did, and I was like, my first job was at Blockbuster. That dude was like, what's that again? And I was like, I gotta leave. Like, you guys are way too young.
All right, we gotta ask that question. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm too old for this now. But yeah, he's like, I remember there's a TV show about it on Netflix. It's like, yeah, that's crazy that Blockbuster is a TV show on Netflix now, considering they put them out of business.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it Blockbuster's kind of fun too? Like, they didn't believe in it?
Yeah, Blockbuster had a chance to buy them, honestly. And instead of buying them, they decided to, let them fizzle out.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, nobody's gonna order their movies through the mail? Who thought of that idea, right? And I used to work there, and I joined the military, I'd say about a decade before they went out of business, and dodged that bullet, right? Because I was gonna climb the corporate ladder. I loved working at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And yeah, Blockbuster turned around, I'd say about 2008 and 9. They were like, people are doing this. They're like, we're losing significant business in the metropolitan areas, like the big cities, right? People are doing this.
Yeah.
And they came out and they're like, we'll mail you your stuff too. And Blockbuster had a mail service. And then Netflix was already on to the next thing. They're like, we're gonna stream the movies directly to your TV. And then Blockbuster was like, what? And they're like, yeah, they can do that. And Blockbuster tried desperately to meet them there about a year and a half, 2 years late, and then they collapsed on themselves. They couldn't support their own weight because they were so bloated and, you know, just wasting money in various different regions. They collapsed and died.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's sad. It's sad for me because I bled khaki and blue, man.
Yeah, I mean, Blockbuster, Hollywood, even Hollywood movies.
Oh yeah, we had a Hollywood across the street. We used to hang out with those guys a lot. You know?
Yeah, I'm saying, man, like it's crazy. And you know, when you explain stuff like that to the younger generation, they just don't understand it. Like, what do you mean you used to go rent movies?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have it. Like I'm like, oh, you had to go rent the movie. Even video games, like, yeah.
I used to get the video games early.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cops would come in and be like, you know, erase tickets because I erased late fees. What's a late fee to these guys, right? You know what I mean? But erasing a late fee could get you out of a ticket.
Okay. And then, that's the thing too, like, you know, they did the whole, you know, you won't get another movie till you return it, which was a smart policy, because, you know, it's like you can watch as much as you want until you literally get bored of it. You know, instead of having a late fee, like you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, like that, cutting that right there, I think also like made a difference. Because, you know, sometimes people are busy, you know.
They don't have time to stop by the store.
And, emergency might happen.
A late fee seemed, you know, I never did like the late fee. I was canceling late fees all day, every day. And I think the return it at your leisure would have been, like, that's something that should have been implemented years, like, before its time. Yeah. But Hollywood was really good about that.
Oh, yeah. That's I think my Blockbuster shut down first before Hollywood did, so I ended up having to go to Hollywood. And then, you know, eventually they both shut down.
You can't compete with instant demand.
All right. Yeah, and then it's kind of funny because, well, not funny, but like I'm kind of the same subject. So I used to take care of my grandma, right? And like, you know, everything was like to her needs. You know, it was all like, it's her house. You know, I'm just here to take care of her. Like my room and all that, like, yeah, like, you know, it's my room, it's all updated and stuff. But then when she passed, you know, I did get the house, right, and all that. Then my mom, like, her house caught on fire because of the neighbor's house and all that. Oh, so I was like, hey, well, just come move in. Like, you know, I got the extra room. And well, you know, that's saying the funny thing is she had to adapt to streaming with me.
Oh, wow.
Because, you know, I didn't have cable anymore and all that stuff.
Cut the cord early. One of the first to cut the cord.
Yeah, because I have Hulu Live, you know, like, ever since they announced it, I was like, all right, that's cool. Like, because it was cheaper back then, especially when it first came out. Yeah, mm-hmm. I didn't have all the TVs, but it's cool because it's mostly, you know, I didn't really watch cable. I just had it just for certain little things, you know, like basic cable stuff. So
I had it for sporting events, and
exactly,
it took a long time for these streaming services to get hip to it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's either YouTube or Hulu, and I was doing my research on it, and it seemed like just a little bit easier with Hulu, in my opinion. Yeah. And so she came in, and, you know, she was kind of, you know, mad about it. You know, I was like, all right, like, you know, just give it a little time. Like, you know, if you really don't like it, if it's really that problem, then I'll go to, you know, I get cable, like, but.
So unnecessary. You're in the back of your head, it's like, this is so unnecessary.
Yeah, I was like, man, dude, like, you know, like, I got this, it's working kind of fine. But now she's like a pro at streaming, man. Like, she is an older woman, like, she's like 60, she'll be 68. But I think this is like when she was 66, 65. So, you know, like, she really had to, like, adapt to it. But now she saw, like, oh, I love it. I can watch it. If I miss it, I can just stream it later. I'm all like, exactly.
There we go.
You know, like, she started seeing the benefits and all that, so, yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah, my wife was kind of hesitant to go electric, right? Yeah. And we don't have a gas car anymore. It's basically, she doesn't miss going to the gas station, right? There's these perks, but you have to you don't know you're not going to love it until you dive into the deep end of that pool, and it can be scary. Like I plunging head first into something that's foreign is gonna have a little anxiety to it, and I had a little bit myself, but man, I can never go back. I can never go back.
Yeah, and it's good too because you never, like you say, you never know the fear is gonna make you miss opportunities that he can end up being better for you and all that, or if it's not, then it's okay because at least you tried it.
Exactly, at least try it, right?
Yeah.
And then make a decision after some experience, right?
Exactly. That's how I see it. Yeah. I mean, like I would love to get an electric car. Like, like I do all my job is all about gas and all that.
Yeah.
So
I can see there's a conflict of interest.
Yeah. So like when I do talk about like electric car or just anything like that, and they start like, oh no, like combustion this, combustion that. I'm like, yeah, like I get it. But at the same time, like you never know, like like you're so stuck in your way. You look at it at an opportunity again, like you're saying. Maybe I get a Tesla, 4 months, I'm just not really feeling it.
Yeah, you never know though until you.
Yeah, like I mean, the worst thing I can do is just straight it back in. Like that's literally like that's how I see it. Like,
and these things aren't expensive. As far as new cars go, this thing costs like $35,000. So yeah, I couldn't argue it, and the fact that it's driving itself.
Yeah, you can spend way more and not even have all the bells and whistles like this.
No, that's my prerequisite now. Is does the car drive itself? And I like really, and I've been doing Uber since March roughly, and I record all the videos and I upload them. It's just like a live documentary of the progress of the software, and the riders in the back, they're just like, you're really not driving. I was like, I told you, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
get you from point A to point B, and I'm just sitting here making sure nothing crazy happens, because I could be driving and something crazy happen, like a truck flip over or something, right?
Yeah.
And my human, intuition might prove better than this car's, but there's been some times where other vehicles would try to merge into my lane, and I wouldn't even notice it until the car swerves out of the way, and I'm like, why did the car do that? And it's because the car to my right wanted to be where I was, and I didn't even notice, right? It's seeing everything, calculating everything. It's like, it's truly like, I wouldn't have, because I've been doing it for about 3 years and I've been watching the progress. If I didn't experience it, I wouldn't believe it. I just wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I hear you. Like honestly, I just kind of been looking at the steering wheel too this whole time.
That's perfectly fine. I because when I first started, my YouTube watchers, the people that watch, they're like, you need to tell them that the car, like, because they'll get in and get out, and one of the guys is like, I bet that person doesn't even know the car was driving, right? Like, and they know because they're seeing me from multiple angles, but the person in the back, if they're just on their phone, they don't care, they just want the ride to be nice.
Yeah.
But part of me wanted to do that because there will be a time where I'm not sitting here, and I want to like blend into the seat and give them that experience. But obviously, they're like, you need to tell them that car drives itself. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'll make sure I mention it in every drive.
All right. And was like Tesla like your first choice when you decided to get an electric car, or did you have to go through? You went through like different test drives, maybe?
This is how it went down. I saw a Super Bowl commercial like in 2019 or 2020, something like that, and I didn't see any Tesla commercials, and so I Googled like who's the best at electric vehicles, and Tesla was the first thing that popped up. I was like, that's odd. I just saw various different GM, Ford commercials about electric cars, and I'm like, Tesla's the best, huh? And I went to the Galleria. Well, first I went to the bar, and there was a Tesla out front, and the guy was, sipping on a Topo Chico, basically. And I was like, is that your Tesla out front? And he's like, it's my wife's. And I was like, how is it? And he's like, well, she ended up wrecking hers, but it wasn't her fault. and they gave us a new one, but she says she can't have another car. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, Tesla's the only thing that she'll drive now. And this was before it was driving itself. She liked the acceleration. She liked the responsiveness. She's like, and they got into an accident in a normal car. She's like, he's like, my wife believes she'd be dead if she was in another car.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, the safety, I guess, is top notch. And she's like, this is the only car I'll get. And I took that to heart, and I was like, all right, time to go to the Galleria and check out the storefront. And I went in there. They weren't even pressuring me. He was like, the guy that was telling me showing me the car. I walked in there and I saw the Model X, and that's the one with the Falcon wing doors. And I walked in there and I said, how much is that one? And he was like, yeah, it's about $100,000. And I was like, what you got in here for me? And he pointed me to the Model 3, which had been out for about a couple of years now. And I bought that. He didn't pressure me. He's like, you know, you don't have to be here to order it. You just order it online. And I was like, he's like, but I mean, I can guide you through the process if you need to. And I was like, let's go ahead and do that, because I'd never bought a car online before. Like, that was my first experience. And he's like, yeah, just configure it, pick all the things that you want on it, what color you want, what color seats you want, what style wheels you want. And I'm just sitting there clicking. I'm like, he's like, now you can pre-order it basically for $100, and they'll make it and send it to us.
Oh, wow.
They sent me that car in less than 3 weeks. The car I built.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy smoke. That's when I bought my first share of Tesla. And I've been accumulating ever since 2020. I think this is insane to me. This is like, one of the other passengers that got in there, they're like, this is the Apple phone of cars. That's what he said. It's like the Apple of cars. And I was like, I think I want to own shares in a company that drives itself, builds electric vehicles to this. And maybe I should have shopped around a little bit, but I was sold. Like, I don't think I can, if it doesn't drive itself, I can't even think about buying it now. So
yeah, I hear you. I didn't know that either. I was gonna say that, like, you just kind of like blew my mind when you're saying you can order online and like customize how you want it. Or...
Bro, it's and you don't have to deal with no salesman. Just in case you get in that realm, that's my referral code. That's about as pushy as it's gonna get.
Okay.
You click on that referral code, they'll give you this for 3 months free. It's like $99 a month, but just like Netflix got more expensive, you can imagine this getting more expensive too, right?
Yeah.
So I bought mine outright. So I spent $35,000 on this car. That includes the $8,000 I paid for full self-driving. So I don't have to worry about a monthly fee or nothing. I just paid it outright.
Okay.
And but if you use that referral code and don't pay for it outright, they'll give you this 3 months free. If you get a Model S, X, or Cybertruck, they'll give you $1,000 off. So if you end up getting a Tesla, you don't have to use that referral code, but make sure you use somebody's to get your benefits.
I'll definitely keep this safe.
Yeah, man. But I try to tell everybody I meet, and my family is slowly but surely realizing that I might be living in the future right now.
Yeah. Because you're on to something.
Yeah, I might be on to something.
I hear you on that, man. And you know, that's kind of what it takes, you know, kind of just takes that one person to, you know, really show you, because I'm not saying, you know, people are closed-minded, but like you're saying, they're just kind of scared, like, you know, like, they don't understand.
Trust me, I'm not buying the Tesla. I'm not going to the Tesla storefront if I didn't see somebody that owned one. I had to ask them personal. Seeing is believing, and he didn't let me even inside his Tesla, but his testimonial was so persuasive, it allowed me to be like, I'm in the market for a new car. Let's go see what Tesla has to offer. Is it reasonable? You know, and I had range questions, and those questions, it's gonna be scary unless you dive in. Right?
Yeah.
And I was ready to dive in. I already had a hybrid, so I was already experienced like 600 miles to the gallon. But I tell you, man, not touching a gas pump in 5 years, I do not miss that. I'll go to Buc-ee still, but I am not touching a gas pump. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, because they have the charging stations and all that?
Yeah, but yeah, they got charging stations at Buc-ee's now, but I mean, I'll go to Buc-ee's with, you know, Buc-ee's is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on a road trip, I'm probably stopping at Buc-ee's before I stop anywhere else. I don't worry about missing exits. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, this is insane to me. Like normally there's anxiety about, do I take this exit? Do I take the next exit? Am I getting over? Is there enough time for me to? I just let the car do it, man.
Yeah, that's good. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, that's how some accidents happen. Because you know, you're over here looking this way, and you know, like focusing on trying to get over, not really looking in front of you.
Don't let me have to change the radio station. It's over.
It's over.
I'm all in everybody's lane if I'm messing with the radio.
Exactly. There's so many things that can make you
distracted.
Yeah, so that's good. Like, that's crazy.
Robot never gets tired, never gets distracted, never gets inebriated. I like Waymo because Waymo's the other company. They have the LiDAR and the radar and all that other stuff. Tesla doesn't have any of that. This looks like a normal car. That's why most people don't understand, is it looks so normal, but this thing has driven us from the airport all the way over here.
Yeah. I know, man, like nothing too, you know, smooth.
Human-like.
Yeah.
Good human-like.
And, you know, it's so, how do you say, I don't know if, you know, I'm not trying to, I don't know if simple's the right word. I want to be.
No,
I don't
simple's
want
a good, it's good. I like simple.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a tech guy, right? I'm aware of tech. Like, I want those glasses, and I need my car to drive itself. But other than that, to me, this is magic. Those glasses, magic. Yeah. I don't know how none of that works. I just know it does.
I don't want to, like, how do you say?
Simple's good. I like it.
Yeah, okay. Because it's more, you know, like, technically it's more than simple, but just like how it is, like a steering wheel, a screen.
Easy to fit. Like, it's the simplistic nature. There's not a lot of buttons and knobs. Everything's so intuitive because it is kind of simple.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy just how it does all this, but you know, it doesn't have all, like you said, like, you know, like you're saying, not all the buttons and all that.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's kind of cool about it.
3 years ago, it was choppy, bro. I wouldn't have been able to Uber 3 years ago for sure. But watching the progress, I got a whole lot more comfortable, and I figured, this thing is I would never be here, right? Like, this is not a part of my daily drive, going to this location. Yeah. So Ubering allows me to really test this software and see where they're at when it comes to maybe being a Robotaxi over here.
Okay.
So that's all I'm doing is enjoying it. It didn't see that speed bump, that's for damn sure. But we're no worse for the wear. To the left here.
Yeah, American Marine Safety.
Hey.
Love those cars.
Speed bumps are still an issue, but for the most part, that was a pretty smooth ride.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm happy I was able to enjoy this, experience this.
My pleasure, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, you have a good day. Again, I appreciate everything, man.
No worries. Have a good day, bro.
Thank you for the reference.
I know.
I just get my bag.
Oh yeah, you have stuff in the trunk.